Yes, very good morning, all of you. So we are hardly, around 30 days from CA examinations. So today it is 14th April, and as you know, exactly from 15th May, CA exams are going to start. So many students are asking, with they are coming to me with their concerns, with their queries, and all these things. Last week for Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, CASA branch, I have Ernakulam branch, I have done one do's and don'ts, exam tips and techniques, all this, giving a right direction just 40 days before the exam, how to go ahead and all. I have given a clear route map. But because it was in Google Meet, only 100 students were able to join, whereas so many students, though they wanted to join, they couldn't. So that is the reason we are doing the next program in Zoom, wherein 500 students can be accommodated. That is a different story. So in that Zoom call, we are going to, that webinar, we are going to discuss CARO 2020. So that is subject, that is not relating to any of your preparation or exam techniques. That is a subject related webinar. That is going to be today evening at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to discuss about that. Now, the primary objective, or you call it purpose of making this video, is to give direction to the students who are writing exams in this May. Okay, so quickly, I'll give you certain tips, what you have to follow now. Point number one. Last 30 days is not the time where you study new concepts. Last 30 days, especially if you are writing both the groups, last 30 days should be only for revision, ideally. Say, for example, Pavan sir, out of 10 chapters, I am thorough with 8 chapters. 2 chapters, I'm not, quite confident of. Shall I do the 2 chapters? The answer is yes. If you have already done it little, but you do not have the grip, you want to redo it again, do it. But if you say, Pavan sir, I have never touched this chapter, I do not even remember what lecturer taught me, in the class, shall I do it from zero? The answer is no. You will not have time enough to do those kind of things. Why? Because first time, if you are doing a concept, if it takes 4 hours of time, for example, 4 hours of time is required to complete this chapter. In the same 4 hours, you can revise 2 or 3 chapters already what you have done. So obviously, when you are doing it for the first time, you need a lot of time to understand. So that much of time you do not have in this last 30 days. So focus more on the revision. Focus more on the revision, point number 1. Point number 2, nothing wrong if you do ABC analysis and if you prepare smart. Even as a teacher in the class, when I am taking a regular batch, or even when I'm taking a crash batch, if you are in my class, I would have many times told you the whole syllabus is important, right from page 1 till page N, where the ICA study material ends. You need to read everything thoroughly. I told this many times, but now I'm telling you, in the last 30 days, you should understand, because of the limited time you have, you cannot do whole ICI study material. So you need to go with weightage. So you need to categorize subject into ABC. What are A category items? What are B category items? What are C category items? You need to clearly distinguish. For example, I'll tell you, if you are doing advanced accounting, there is one chapter, NBFC, accounting for, financial statements of non-banking finance companies. In that, if you see, 3 or 4 illustrations are there in ICI material. The whole material has only 3 or 4 illustrations. So you can solve these 3 or 4 illustrations, can you believe, in 20 minutes. In 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can complete this chapter. But you open ICI study material to start with the theory, my dear friend, trust me, in your life, you cannot complete this chapter. That much of theory is there. But the theory, in no way it has relevance from exam point of view. They have just copied that from ICI CA final study material, previous old syllabus, and they have just dumped it in CA intermediate, which is not relevant. What is relevant for you is to understand how that, owned funds, net owned funds is calculated, how the provisioning requirements, how the provisioning is to be calculated, how the provision is to be calculated, and additional provision in case of hire purchase and lease finance companies. Full stop. That's all. You should know what is required from exam point of view. So please work on ABC analysis. Please work on ABC analysis and spend more time on A and B category items. C category items are too wide, so much of theory, too many pages. From exam point of view, it is less relevant and less weightage topics. Even in auditing and assurance also, the other day when I'm taking a crash course, I told the same thing, audit of items of financial statements. You open audit of items of financial statements. How do you verify share capital and reserves? In ICA study material, if you open, 20 pages will be there. 140 pages chapter. So if it is regular batch and you have joined classes in 2002 and your attempt is in 2023 November, normally it happens with final. Some of the regular students, they will have attempt after 2 years. So like that, if it is, then you read whole theory. Okay, like, you are reading a Harry Potter novel, you can happily read every page. But 30 days before exam, dude, come on. You cannot do these kind of things. So you need to have only short notes. So the best way to revise the concepts is either you might have prepared a short notes yourself, or your lecturer might have given some short notes. Read from that. No need to go through the whole contents of ICA study material. I told so many times that ICA study material is like Bible. You have to read it thoroughly. You cannot skip any para. But now last 30 days, you have to read only short notes. You will not have enough time to read whole ICA study material. If you are doing it like this, in 30 days, you cannot complete 2 subjects also. To complete syllabus, what you need to do is, now this is the time to do only short notes. And thanks to ICA, they have given one beautiful, this, short notes. Okay, so go to ICA, then Board of Studies knowledge portal, then go to whatever the course you are. Then say, for example, if you want strategic management, whatever the subject is, okay, you go to the subject and at the end, you see this referencer for quick revision. Okay, just let me share the screen with you. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so this is the route. So go to the students and the Board of Studies knowledge portal, whatever the course you are in, foundation, inter or final, then whatever the subject is, when you go inside the subject, you have quick revision referencer. Okay, beautiful diagrams, charts, tables are given by ICA here. This is very effective tool for a student who is revising the concept. Maybe if you are doing it for the first time, you will not be able to understand. But if you have already done, say, for example, strategic management, introduction to strategic management, see how beautiful these things are. So just even if you remember the diagrams also, you'll be able to do pretty well in the exams, trust me. For revision, use this ICA quick revision study materials extensively for all the topics, for all the subjects they are given. But sometimes, unfortunately, they will not give 100% of the syllabus. For example, if you go to auditing and assurance, now audit of different types of entities, audit of items of financial statements, where 140, 150 pages ICA study material will be there. Audit of different types of entities, if you look at 100 pages, 85 pages. Audit of items of financial statements, 140 pages. For them, unfortunately, this kind of short note is not there. So you need to depend only on your faculty. Okay, your faculty will provide short notes to you, read that. And another important thing is, very important thing in the last 30 days is, you need to read RTPs, latest RTP you need to read, and preferably 2 previous RTPs also you need to do. For example, now you have RTP for May 2022, right? But I have been, in this field for the last 1.5 decades. I have seen ICA asking questions many times from RTP and many times from RTP of 1-2 previous attempts. For example, 2021 November RTP. Straight copy paste question will come in 2022 May. So do at least 3 RTPs. Do at least 3 RTPs. You will understand the answering pattern also. And in RTP, they will give you latest amendments also. For example, so many students one day before the exam, they will ask, sir, what is SLR, CRR rates, sir? Sir, what is provisioning rates, sir? And if there are any amendments in company audit or corporate law, last minute they will ask the faculty, sir, is this 1 lakh rupees or 2 lakh rupees, sir? Is this 15 years or 12 years, sir? All these doubts will come. Simple. Open RTP, latest RTP, and before they give the content, they would have given the latest amendments. Read that carefully. Read that carefully. So what are all the things you are supposed to do? You are supposed to read revision materials. You are supposed to read RTPs. Okay. And then another very important thing is you have to write exams. That is very important. I'm telling you. I have done this many times, not once, twice. I have done this many times with students just to make them understand. Okay, it is not experiment for me, it is experiment for the student, just to make you understand. For example, in last week, I have taken cost leadership strategy in strategic management revision class. Cost leadership strategy, differentiation strategy, focus, all these things. The topic is so lively with practical examples and with relevant examples. When I teach, students definitely will understand the concept and the students will love the subject as well. 3 hours lecture. Business level strategies, complete 3 hours lecture. After that, I asked one student who's a very studious and very good student. I asked that student, can you take one paper and pen and can you write cost leadership strategy 5 bullet points? Unable to write. 5 bullet points for cost leadership strategy. If a 4 marks question comes, write a short note on cost leadership strategy. ICA will not ask this kind of straight questions to give laddu marks to you. They will twist it, they will put it in a case study. But just imagine if a question comes like this, write on piece of paper. You cannot write because you have everything in mind. What is cost leadership strategy? You know, but you cannot put it on paper in the shape ICA wants. ICA wants the terminology. ICA wants the flow. ICA wants the concept. You know what is cost leadership strategy. And when you do not know how to present the answer in ICA style, what you do, you'll write Ramayana Mahabharata about cost leadership strategy. You'll write the whole Ramayana Mahabharata, but trust me, my dear friends, ICA is not liberal enough to consider this guy has put so much of effort, examples he has given, concept he has written, but he is not following my methodology. Let us give 50% of marks at least. For 4 marks, let me give 2. No, ICA is a very strict officer. What rubbish this is, 0 or 1. So they'll not give you liberal marks. They are very strong, powerful in negotiation. When a student is negotiating for marks, they're very strong. They're very strong. No, this is not the answer. Even when you get the evaluated papers, you applied, a student failed, and then the student applies for evaluated paper, and then he says, sir, cost leadership, I have written all the points now, sir. 6 points I have written, sir. They have put 0. Boss, I understand the human element of your pain. Having said that, use common sense. This is cost leadership as per the student's understanding. It is not cost leadership as given by ICA. Though you do not like it. See, for example, I hate red light in traffic signals. Can I jump red light? Can I jump the signal? Can I, not comply with it? Boss, listen, whether you like it or you do not like it, if there is a rule, you have to follow. The same thing with ICA evaluation also. You don't like it, doesn't make any difference. But if you want to pass, you have to write the answers in that model. This is where students fail. You understand why students are getting very less marks now. Why students are getting very less marks now? Simple. There are 3 answers. One is a right answer, 2 is a wrong answer, 3 is ICA answer. Even if you write correct answer also, you will not get marks. You need to write ICA answer. That's all. There is no negotiation on this. ICAI clearly said this since 1949 till today. In every exam attempt, in every May, in every November exam, they have clearly mentioned it that, boss, we are strict officers. These are non-negotiable terms. We are not liberal people. We will not have humanistic angle while evaluating the paper. We are behaving like a strict father. We have been strict father and we will be strict father also in future. You have to understand this. If you are a student, you have to understand this. You do not have any other option. ICA will not change their evaluation pattern for you. You have to change your answering pattern. This is how you become successful, I'm telling you. So many students, after results, when they get their evaluated papers, they send it to me and they request, Pavan sir, this is the answers I have written, Pavan sir. This is correct answer, Pavan sir. This is correct answer. For 4 marks, they have given 1. For 4 marks, they have given 0. Boss, I'll tell you, please try to understand in a positive sense. I'm not supporting ICA. Some students will take it negative. Some students openly told, you are ranker. That is the reason you are speaking like this. Boss, no. When I was a student, when I got 90 marks in CA CMA examinations, do you think there are my relatives in ICI who are evaluating papers? No. I'm not taking ICI side. I am giving success formula to you. I am giving secrets. I'm giving behind the scene what is happening. You take, one of the most acclaimed, renowned, famous biryani, like Hyderabad Paradise Biryani or from Calicut Rahmat Biryani, some of the best biryanis in the world. Some of the best biryanis in the world. You take it. You take it. Put half liter water. Wait for 5 minutes. After that, strain this water and then eat biryani. How it will taste? Do you get any taste, flavor, fragrance, smell? I mean, color at least. Everything gone. Color gone, smell gone, fragrance gone, spices gone, taste gone. Tasteless it will be. Correct? ICA wants you to write answer like biryani. You will write answer like, after pouring water and straining, what kind of biryani comes without any flavor, without any taste. That kind of answer you are writing. Especially this happens with auditing, strategic management, law, information systems, this EIS. And can you believe thousands of students, lakhs of students, so many exams, every time they say, I expected 80, I got 40. I expected 70, I got 32. I expected a distinction, exemption, I failed. Why this is happening? It is not that, ICA intentionally wants you to fail. It is that you are writing answers using your mind. You are using answer, you are writing answer using your mind. You are not writing answer using ICA's mind. Okay, in computers, you might have learned in your early stages, like, in school or in college, there are dynamic computers, there are dumb terminals. Okay, dumb terminal means there will be one server connected to 100 terminals, but the whole processing is done by server. They want to exercise absolute control. I don't want you to use your brain. I want you to listen to me. Okay, this is one system. Another system is there will be 1,000 computers. All the 1,000 computers have their own processors. They can think, they can do work themselves. They can process things themselves. They are not dependent on the server. You understand? Globally, Globally, I have seen ACCA exams, I have seen CPA exams, I taught all these things, I have written ACCA exam, I qualified, and I have seen different education systems. Other boards, they want student to be a dynamic terminal. You think, for example, if you go to Harvard, Stanford, or even if you go to universities in any part of UK, there are no exams. There are only projects and assignments. And can you believe they'll not even tell you how the report should be? You can write whatever you want, but that should be relevant. They'll give you only code of conduct. They'll give you only code of conduct. That means they want you to think, develop your own system. But my dear friend, you need to understand not only India. I'm not saying about Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I'm not saying about education system in India. You see Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Bangladesh, many parts of Africa. I have seen, enough students when I was in Europe. I have seen many students. So the background of education system, even in China and Japan also, it is like this. You have to speak the language of your boss. You have to speak the language of your boss. You cannot think. Even in Japan, when the business negotiations are going on, if your boss is present, you could be vice president. You are not small employee. You could be vice president. I am vice president marketing, but my boss, director marketing, is sitting next to me. I cannot even nod my head to say yes. Strict, non-negotiable, full stop. That is what we call culture. And you have to say, I'll take the approval of my boss and then I'll tell you whether it is yes or no. Boss, can I say yes? This is how you should behave. So you just try to understand what my boss wants from me. So am I in this culture? Am I in that culture? So when you are writing examination system, as a student, it is very easy for you to criticize the system and say, this is worst. This university is worst. This board is worst. This institution is worst. So this examination system is worst. It is very easy because tongue has no nerve. You can, turn it in any way you want. It is very difficult for a student to understand what the board wants. If you want the board to give the marks you want, you have to give the answer what board wants. Please try to understand. Don't dilute the answers. Don't dilute. Pavan sir, should I by heart? Need not necessarily. You need to use the keywords. You need to use the keywords. You don't need to write the sentences as it is, but the keywords and the essence should be preserved at least. You understand? For example, fraud and error. In auditing, while you are writing fraud and error, okay, for the same thing you can write. Material, MMS. So are they same? Yes. Material misstatements in financial statements. How this is looking like? Material misstatements in financial statements. This is one side. Fraud and error one side. So student writes fraud and error, but ICAI wants you to write material misstatements causing out of fraud and error. These are the mistakes. You understand? So you need to write ICAI answers. For that, what you need to do, you need to read RTPs. You need to read previous year questions and answers. For example, if you are preparing for auditing, stop reading other materials. Just open ICAI website, read ICAI RTP, question, answer. Guys, I'm telling you very honestly, first time when I read RTP, when I was a student, literally, I'm telling you, I cried a lot. I was a very studious student and I want all India first rank. My preparation is over. Then RTP, those days there are no soft copy of RTP. We used to go to branch and we used to buy it, 40 rupees it was. So I paid 40 rupees, I bought RTP and I opened, I read the question, I read the answer. I am unable to write this kind of answers. I cried. I'm like, I will fail the exam, dude. Shit, I do not know how to write this answer. But the best part is I realized this 2 months before exam. I did not realize it 2 days before exam. That is the difference. 2 months before the exam, I realized, shit, I am not ready to write answers in the way ICI likes it. Then I started working on it. And I got good marks. I got a rank. Please try to understand, when I passed foundation, inter, final, all, the levels of chartered accountancy, cost accountancy, all the exams first attempt, all the exams rank, doesn't mean I have fallen somewhere from the sky or I have 2 brains. Simple. I had basic common sense required to pass the exam because I surrendered myself and I said, ICI, you are the boss. I will not try to experiment with the answers. I will not write my accounting standard. I will not write my company law. I will not write my income tax act. I will listen to you and I will write whatever you want. That's all. This is the rule where you get what marks you want. You want 80, you want 90, you want 99, you can get it. My teacher, how you are surprised to see my 80s and 90s. How students wonder and ask, seriously, you got these marks? Like that, even I was surprised with my teacher, Saravana Prasad sir, he's from Chennai. So when I was studying final, I came to know that he got 97 in CA final auditing paper. 97 in CA final auditing paper. Are you kidding me? I went to him. I'm very close to him that time and this time also. So I went to him and I asked, sir, you got 97 in auditing? He said, yes. I was a student that time. That time I got 4 All India ranks. I asked him, how? 97 in auditing? CA final? How? He smiled back at me and he said only one thing, Pavan, it is very simple. Don't use your brain. Use ICI brain. Write whatever is there in the textbook. That's it. Next question I asked, have you by-hearted everything? He said, no. I understood. I wrote as it is. It's not by-hearting. I'm like, this guy is a tough nut. All India first ranker he is. After that, what I have done, copy, paste his formula. What ICI wants, read and write as it is. Please try to understand, if there are 5 points in answer, of one particular question. Writing 4 out of 5 and you did not remember what is the 5th point, you are breaking your head in the exam. I remember in this answer 5 points are there, but I'm getting only 4 points. Shit, yaar. Boss, trust me, you are the best student. You know who's the worst student? When 5 bullet points are there in ICI study material for a particular question, 5 bullet points are there. He will write 12 bullet points in the answer, and out of the 12, not even a single point will match with this 5. But the whole answer will be around audit evidence only. They asked about audit evidence. 4 or 5 bullet points are there in ICI study material. You are writing about audit evidence only. 15 points you have written. 18 points. Means what? You are speaking, thinking, writing shit, not audit evidence. But in between that page, so many times audit evidence came. And those who evaluate the paper, he will be like, another idiot, another loose came to fail the exam. 0. You understand why people fail? This is the reason. This is the reason. So my dear friends, please, please, please read RTPs. Try to understand how ICAI answer is flowing. There are so many lecturers in Telugu. We have a beautiful phrase, Endaro Mahanubhavulu Andarki Vandanalu. There are so many great people. Okay, and pronouns to the feet of all these people. There are so many great authors. There are so many great authors. You know, right from Bhupati Sar Upadhyaya till people like me or my juniors who are writing materials, who are writing textbooks, publishing, authoring textbooks. No, everybody, they have their own flavor. They use their practical exposure or theoretical abilities to express something. But at the end of the day, my dear friend, whatever these 1,000 authors have written, ICAI will not evaluate paper looking at this. ICAI will evaluate paper looking at their study materials and your answer. They will compare ICAI answer with the student answer. So finally, you have to follow ICAI pattern only. 30 days still are there. Open your eyes. Students are so busy in reading, some other materials or ICAI materials, but they fail to understand how answer should be written to a given question. Practice this, wonders will happen. You will get 60s, I'm telling you. Some students will say, Pavan sir, 6 attempts, 7 attempts, 8 attempts. Pavan sir, ICAI is not giving marks to me. First attempt I got 62, first attempt I got 52 in this. Third attempt I got 30. How, Pavan sir? 2 years I did same subject now. Why my marks are decreasing? That means idiot, something is fundamentally wrong at the root level. Simple. If you come to me with this kind of questions, I have humanistic angle. I understand you and I say, to, pacify you or to comfort you, I'll say, it's okay. But it's actually not okay. It's actually not okay. Faculty cannot tell it on your face. Sometimes we have to show that empathy, understanding on you. So even if I behave like ICAI, students will commit suicides. So I'll say, okay, no problem. Cushion, we'll try to give you cushion and comfort. Having said that, it's not okay. It's not okay. So please read RTPs and try to understand how to write the answer. Who is correct? Whether ICAI is correct or some other academy is correct or lecturer is correct or some faculty member or your friend is correct or you are correct or student is correct. This discussion is irrelevant. How you need to write the answer, that is only relevant. That is one. Next thing is, last and most important thing is, before going to write the main exam, you should test yourself. You should test yourself. So please write mock exam. Please write mock exam. That could be any mock exam. Is it ICAI mock exam? There are free mock examinations. ICAI also is conducting mock exams. In many academies, they are conducting mock exams for their students free of cost. I know many academies are conducting mock tests free of cost. Or maybe some of the portals, they are also conducting mock tests for, say, for example, 300 rupees, 400 rupees per paper. Even I have a mock test series wherein we charge 150 rupees, 200 rupees, something like that. So it is not, I'm not saying you buy mock test papers from me and you write the exam, you send it to me, I'll evaluate. No. Any mock exam. Any mock exam. But there are some portals in, this Instagram and all, unfortunately, what they do is copy paste of other question papers. They are not qualified people. I'm not criticizing anyone, but I'm telling you the reality. Okay, so go to one particular institute. If you are writing ICAI mock exams, excellent. Or at least some credible faculty. If they are conducting mock exam, you write it. Otherwise, what happens is CA dropout, copying paper from that portal and giving in his portal. That is also happening nowadays. If you do not know, I'm telling you. If you do not know, I'm telling you. I have seen my accounting standard notes in so many Instagram portals or so many telegrams. Same material, even the practical examples what I give, formatting font also, only what they do is they delete my name, cap classes, my phone number, they'll put their stamp and they'll release as if he has written. I have seen that, but I'm above this. I'm not going to spend 1 second also on that. So what I'm telling you is ICI mock test, if you can write it. Okay, but there will be no evaluation. Or you go to any academy, if they are conducting exams, whether it is physical exam or online exam, you write the exam, get it evaluated, understand what are the mistakes you are doing. Then if you go to ICI exam, you will not repeat costly mistakes. You can avoid some of the costly mistakes at least. So do this. You understand? So what is the summary of the whole story? One, this 30 days is for revision. 2, do ABC analysis properly. More focus on A and B category items. Selective study is still fine. No problem. Selective study is okay. That's not anything wrong. That's not a sin. 3, read RTPs. 4, understand how ICI wants answers. Don't write your answers. How ICI wants, that you need to write. 5, write mock tests. Write mock tests, get them evaluated, try to understand. These are the 5 things I wanted to explain today. I wanted to give you today. If you follow these 5 steps, my dear friends, these are the secrets for any ranker. I got ranks and I have seen many rankers. They do this. They do this. Many people, maybe unknowingly they do this. Rankers unknowingly they do this, and some of them knowingly they do this. So please be smart, not just blind hard work. Smart hard work is what takes you to victory. Okay, I wish you all the very best. Good luck, and see you in Caro 2020 seminar today evening. Bye bye.